This is the inside of the Compass Casita 550. If we firstly come to the main control panel, we can turn the 12 volt on just here. Beside that, we then have the main isolator for all of the lights. They can then be all individually turned on and off on their own switches. And then we also have warning light on and off. Next we have the control panel for the whale heating and hot water. So firstly we have this little battery in the corner just here. It's just letting us know the condition of the battery, and it's coloured in green at the moment, letting us know that we're hooked up to the main supply. Up the top here, this first large window is for heating. If I now click on it, you'll see it brings up all these options. You'll see at the moment it's currently off. We can run the heating on main supply if we are connected at 3.3 amps, 6.5 amps or 13 amps, just dependent on the amperage of the site you're on. It's that simple, just literally just click it, it will go to green, and then we then just prick the temperature we would like it to be inside the caravan. The little moon is night mode, so we can press this and it will just keep the caravan at a steady 12 degrees. And then we also have frost protection mode, so this will keep the caravan at 8 degrees to avoid any frost damage. If we now go back to off, if we want to run the heating on gas, we come to the flame, we just press it like so, and again we now literally just pick whatever temperature we would like to be inside the caravan. If it's a warm day and you just want to circulate the air without any heat, just put it on the little picture of the fan just there. And then lastly, we end up back it off. To return back to the main screen, just press the button just here and it will pop straight back again. Next we have hot water. So again, just click. And you can see we have an eco setting. We can take it off the eco setting and just have it on the 3.3 amps and then back to off again. Again, we have frost protection just here. So if you've got water in the boiler but you don't necessarily want to be heating it up, you can put it onto this one just here, and then if the temperature outside drops below 3-4 degrees, it will come on just to avoid any frost damage. And then we have a water boost just here, so we have a boost on main supply and it will boost the water at 6.6 amps for 15 minutes. You can adjust this in the options menu to allow it to boost for longer, which I'll show you in a moment, or we can boost it on gas, or if we have both power sources available to us, we can actually run it on both. If we now come back out of this again by pressing the bottom button, we have water pump just here. Water pump needs to be on so we can get water out of the taps, fill the boiler if it's been drained. We then have our timer just here, and I'll show you how to use this in a moment, because again we need to go into the options menu. You'll see at the moment these are both displaying the temperature at what they are at the moment. So the internal temperature of the caravan is 17 degrees and the water inside the boiler is at 13 degrees. If we now hold this button down, we will then go in to the setup and options. These ones here are all for the installer, so they are literally for the workshop. amps, so really you can't do a great deal with them. You'll then see that we have the user options. So we have the heater timer. So literally just click it there. You can have it so it comes on and off up to 3 times a day, and it's just a matter of just literally picking when you want it on. As you can see, what temperature you would like it to be, and then you can then move to your next one, and then again carry on. If we come out of that again for a second, we then have the water timer, and exactly the same again. You can then just pick at what time you want hot water to come on. Set your clock. Simple as that. And then your options menu just here. So we have the brightness of this screen, whether or not it beeps when you touch a button. You can have a blue LED flashing light just down here. I find it a little bit annoying, so I always have it turned off. If you arrive on site and you know how many amps the site is, you can then literally just adjust it. It will avoid you accidentally tripping the site using the WOW system. The water heater boost, as you can see, you can boost it forever. 60 minutes, 45, 30, 15. Screen off when it's not being used after 3 minutes. Again, you can adjust that. And then we go back to the beginning again. If there's a problem in any shape or form, so let's say you lose main supply, or you haven't turned your gas bottle on, or it depletes, etc., it will let you know of a little warning message which will appear just on the screen. Once you think you've rectified the problem, you will have to reset it. This is the reset button just here. You literally just press and hold, and any exclamation mark that appears will disappear, and then you can then literally try again. If we now leave this main control panel and we come to the bench seat just here, and we drop the front, you will see we have the consumer unit just here. So we have all the main strip switches all along the top just here. They are all individually labelled up. So if anything's not working on main supply, just come to see whether or not you've tripped. You've then got the main RCD and the test button just here. Below that we then have all the 12-volt fuses, and again they're all labelled up. So if something's not working, just come and see whether or not you've popped a fuse. Also in here, this creamy white colour box is the alarm. And then if we now just lift the cushion up, we can then see the back of the battery box. We have the main 12-volt fuse just there. We then have all the connections and everything for the Power Touch motor mover and the Power Touch motor mover control board. Across to the other bench seat, this side here is literally just storage. If we now go to the overhead locker just here, we have in here the solar panel regulator just here. We don't need to do anything with it. The solar panel will just smart charge the leisure battery as it's required. Also in here we have the booster box for the Teleco television aerial. This also does the radio as well. Control the boost just here, on and off just here, and then mast up and down just here. So if I undo the collar just here, I can now lower it and raise it for use. We can then rotate it and get it into the position we require, and then lock it back into position. Never over tighten these because you can split the plastic. This tail here allows you to basically flip from horizontal to vertical for additional tuning on the aerial itself. The head unit just sits here where it says SRC, turns the unit on. CD in here, eject here. As you can see, we have USB connectivity just there. Volume control. To access any of the head unit's options, just press the volume button in, and then we can rotate it, change the audio, change the illumination, etc. in there. This one will then take us back out of it again. And to turn the unit back off again, just hold the SRC button. Next we have the Dometic fridge. On and off just here. We then pick the power source just here, so we're currently running on main supply with a little picture of the 2-pin plug. If we want to run the unit on gas, just press the flame and then that will illuminate in blue. These will automatically ignite themselves. And then lastly we have the little picture of the battery, which is 12 volt maintained for when we're towing the caravan. So currently if I now press this, it will beep at us and we will get a little warning triangle here because we're currently not hitched up to a tow vehicle with the engine running. It will also make this noise if you've tried to light it on gas and your gas is depleted or not turned on. If you think it may be due to the fact that there's a bit of air in the system and it's beeping away, just press this button here and it works as a gas reset and it will then try again. It does show you on this little sticker just here. Temperature control just here, so the more blue squares the colder it is. Push down to open, and then we have the fridge and the removable freezer box just here. To vent the fridge when not in use, just push this little bit of plastic slightly in and then pull towards you. This will then allow you to hold the door on ajar. Above we then have the sink, and then the microwave. Do make sure that all contents is removed for travel. We then have quick start, stop just here, power settings, weight, etc. Fairly normal microwave. We then have the hob, so we have the electric hot plate, which like the microwave will only work on main supply. Operates on this knob here. Next we have the gas rings, and all we need to do, push in, twist and push the igniter. Beneath that we have the grill. Same again, just push in, twist and then press the igniter. And then beneath that we have the oven. Beside the oven, just here, we have the location of the boiler. So the boiler on these particular caravans are sunk into the floor, but the boiler drain valve is accessible just in here. If I just move in, You can see the little yellow lever just there. It's currently in the closed position. There we go. To drain the boiler for winterization and travel, all you need to do is just make sure the water pump is turned off, and then literally twist it to the side like so, and it will then drop the water out. To refill the boiler back up again, put it back into the position it's in now, fill up your aqua roll, pop your submersible in, turn the water pump on, and then it will begin to prime the system back up again. The freestanding table, just located in the cupboard just here. And then as we move along, we then come into the bedroom. So we have the toilet just here. So to open to the cassette, just slide the grey lever across just here. Push the flush just here. And then remember to then close back up again. If this is left open and you try to remove the cassette from the outside, it will not come out. Level indicator just here, so this will illuminate when the cassette needs emptying. We then have the basin just there, and then storage underneath and to the left. We then have the shower. Do make sure that the shower screen is fully closed for travel. We also have plenty of storage underneath the bed. As this caravan has an alarm, you will find that it also has an internal PIR sensor just here. Every now and then just press the button to make sure that it is operating. It is wireless, so it does require batteries. If the alarm goes off and it will not turn off on the key fob due to the fact the battery might be low, you can turn it off using one of these little devices. They literally just plug in up here.